everybody, and welcome back to another Mission Moonshot video. Last time we attempted to do the Gemini crewed lunar flyby, but we had some issues with docking. Weren't able to get to the Centaur with enough Delta V remaining to get to the moon, but we did manage docking for the first time, so that's exciting. I do have another one of those missions planned up, because yeah, I would still really like to do it. It does seem like a fun mission idea, so we have another one planned. But yeah, after that, if that one doesn't go well, we're just going to switch to Apollo. After this flight here, I'm actually going to start training some crew on Apollo, because it's going to take like 450 days for them to train on the Apollo capsule. And yeah, I recently hired some new crew so that we can have, an Apollo crew. 3 crew members in Apollo. So yeah. Anyways, with that being said, here we have a, not too exciting of a mission, but, it is something we have to do anyway. It is the geostationary weather satellite. I think we've attempted this a couple times already. Can't remember, but it's a Titan Trans stage. It's our geostationary launcher. So now let's go ahead and set our inclination. I'm just going to check all this. Good. Yes, guidance is good. Go. Yes, go. Green. Go, yes, go, green, begin, commence. Here we go. Kaboom. And off it goes. There goes the rocket. So yeah, one thing different about this geostationary mission compared to the ones we've done before, again, I'm not sure if I've touched on this or not, but for those who are new here, I'll touch on it again. We need to achieve geostationary orbit within the waypoint. So the waypoint is at 9127 east. If I hop on the map, you can see that that is basically over here on the other side of the planet. So yeah, we want to set up a geostationary satellite over here on the other side of the Earth. That is the goal. I'm pretty sure that's kind of where all our geostationary satellite. No, not all of them. We actually do seem to have a pretty good geostationary network. We have one here. We have one here. I don't know if those are actually at geostationary height though. Maybe if I look at actual relays. Yeah, that's probably an actual. That's probably just debris. That's probably an actual satellite there. And another one right there. Yeah. Some of them are in geostationary, some of them, failed missions or whatever, they didn't quite make it. But hopefully this mission will go well. And then yeah, later today we also have a Earth to Mars window and an Earth to Jupiter window. So I've built 2 probes to do that. And then yeah, later on we have an Earth to Venus window, and then I don't know if I really care about the Earth to Venus orbiter window. That's so far in the future. I feel like by then we'd have a moon landing. So I don't know. Maybe not quite yet. That's 788 days, but it would be it's going to be close to probably the end of the series at that ridiculous time in the future. I might just go and delete that. Yeah, delete that alarm. There we go. All right, perfect. Things are looking good as we head out over the Atlantic, gaining a bunch of horizontal velocity. We're still gaining a little bit of altitude, but most of our energy is going into our horizontal velocity. I think it's funny how it retracted that. Like, I left it extended because it's not like it was, sticking out of the fairing, but yeah, it just automatically retracts it. Like, no, that's not how you're supposed to do antennas. You're supposed to have them retracted. Yeah. It's fine. There it goes. Oh, there you go. Now it's deploying. Now it's deploying all the bits. Alright, now we've basically reached our apoapsis, so now we are, as you can see, it's pitching and it's focusing more on that horizontal velocity to get us into orbit. We need another 3,000 meters per second. So it's a bit more than is in this lower stage, but luckily we have the trans stage that'll get us our final way into our regular orbit. As long as it relights successfully, it'll get us the rest of the way to our geostationary orbit as well. Right, so there we go. There's the trans stage, firing up nice and successfully. Get us into the final part of our orbit. As you can see, it's really pointing down because we're still ascending quite rapidly. Our app-up is way higher than it needs to be. It's trying to get it down to 200, which is the parameter I set in ascent guidance, so it's doing that nice. Yeah, ascent guidance is just way better for Mission Moonshot, or, you know, RP1, because there's already enough stuff that can go wrong. I don't want the ascent to go wrong if I can help it. But yeah, there we go. There's our initial orbit with 2281 meters per second. Perfect. So now we just gotta warp to our descending node. If you see that, so there's where we need to be. But if we do a burn at our descending node, it'll shoot our geostationary orbit out to here, and by the time the spacecraft gets to here, this waypoint will be right around here, and then we'll circularize it geostationary, and we'll be right above the waypoint. So it's not like we need to think about too much. It's not like we need to wait that long and that much time in orbit. If the waypoint was, say, above America, we'd want to burn at ascending node, but because it's above, I guess, India, we want to burn at our descending node. So let's go ahead and do that. Add a maneuver for a burn in 17 minutes time. And we'll just go ahead and burn all our fuel. We have about 2,200 in here. I'm just going to set 2,300 in that. Set our plan length to 6 hours, which is about how long it takes to get out to there. And we can see our planned apogee is at 27. Geostationary is at 36, so we will have to use a little bit of the probe's delta V to raise that up, but not too much. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and RCS prograde. Yeah, just have it hold some prograde, and then maybe do some physical warp. Get over to there. Look at the engines kick. It's like swimming or something. Yeah, the gimbal of the engine's kind of... because this upper stage is so light, the gimbals really just shake it around. So it's kind of funny. Go on, swim, swim. Swim your way to the burn point. Maybe I could turn off the engine gimbals. Hey, guys. Control, gimbal, locked. Control, gimbal, locked. There we go. I'll have to turn them back on when we go to do the burn, but yeah, there we go. Less wobbly, less shaky. Although now the RCS seems to be doing all the work, which is great. We love that. All right, we're gonna get acquisition of signal soon. We don't really need signal to... Okay, there we go. I don't really need signal to do a burn, but it would be nice. So yeah, there we go. We got our signal. Oh, gimbal, gimbal, gimbal. Ooh, careful. Oh, okay. It's I forgot about gimbal. Port execution prograde. There we go. Okay. It's fine. We didn't waste that much fuel. Nice. I'm just going to burn all the fuel in this stage because we need basically every single drop of delta V we can get. Oh, nice. I got our app up to 30. So that's a bit higher than predicted. Alright, let's separate the spacecraft. RCS, still aiming prograde. And we'll go do the rest of that burn. So now it's just the satellite doing all the work. There we go, 36.7. Alright, now I'm going to RCS, aim you towards the sun, because we gotta keep those solar panels charged. Gotta keep those solar panels juiced up. Okay, we're out of signal range. We're actually, because we're too close for signal, because this is a... No, this should be a... no, that's UHF. Yeah, we're just not over a ground station. We will be soon. Yeah, I guess we were in range of Cano for our burn, but now we are not in a range of any ground station anymore. Alright. Rebase. Hopefully we have enough delta V for this. So in 6 hours, about 1802. Is that good? That's more than enough, I think. 32, 42, 35, 39. Just needs like a bit more delta V, I think. 34, 37, 34, 38. Adjust the time. 36, 37. There we go. 36, 36. Alright. And then if we set this to be like 2 days to get an analysis of our orbit. No, not that orbit. I want our next orbit. Oh yeah, no, we do the orbit analysis here. Okay, so that's showing us... Yep, so we have correct orbital parameters. Let me just get rid of camera tools. Eccentricity. Inclination's not good. Period is not good, but we can change that with just a minor bit of prograde adjustment. Yeah, there we go. Just make the orbit a little bit smaller. Crank that down by a lot. There, 2348, 54, and 58. So that looks pretty good. I don't think there's much point to fine-tuning it much more than that. There we go. There is our orbit. 36, 35. Close enough. Pretty good. That's all the points, and then it should hopefully be above that that marker there. So I'm waiting for a signal from Earth. There we go. Alright, so now we can spin stabilize in the direction of the sun. Execute next Principia node, so it should go ahead and warp us out here. There we go. A little bit of time before the burn. We got a full battery. Yeah, pretty much full. Okay, should be good enough. Okay, we have an hour. We have an hour of battery away from the sun. So we can look away from the sun for an hour to do our burn, which our burn's only going to take 3 minutes. So we got plenty of battery juice. So as long as this thing circularizes successfully, we will be in the clear. And even if it doesn't, we can correct it slightly with RCS. But yeah, we just need to get the bulk of this burn. And whatever we don't get, we can correct it with RCS. Because we have RCS. Alright, 3, 2, 1, burn. There it goes. It's burning up. So if we check the map, we are directly overhead that geostationary marker. And we're just burning up. We're just burning until the fuel dries up. I think this is what our orbit looks like now. We need to get it to the dotted line. Just a bit worried because I know sometimes the maneuvers can cancel on you. So I'm just making sure I'm watching this thing. If this ever goes out of auto, I need to manually hit like kill rot so that basically it just holds this, or node. So it holds node. But sometimes the node disappears and you just need to be able to hold this position because the spacecraft stops being able to do it. We should be left with like 10 left. Okay, 38. That looks pretty close. Alright, let's see. Is the contract like that? Not quite. The eccentricity is not quite how it wants it. The inclination's good, the eccentricity isn't. Okay. We have 38 meters per second. We can correct this. Okay, our orbit's too big, basically. So let's slow down a little bit. Hit the brakes. We might need to warp to the other side of our orbit and do an adjustment too. Because yeah, the more we do this, the higher the eccentricity gets. So we'll get this down to like there. That'll get our period good, but our eccentricity is never going to be good. So let's go to the other side. Of course, we got to look at the sun, because otherwise we're going to run out of battery juice before we get over there. So we're going to get over to our perigee. Let me just get rid of the flight plan. We don't really need it anymore. Yeah, I think 35 I could have burned for, not 36, whatever. It's fine, we have the Delta V. It's not like I totally fricked up this mission. As you can see, look, we're staying, even though we're not perfectly at the right time, we are staying right above our marker. So that is good. Now we will aim prograde again. Doesn't really matter which way we aim, because I can just use RCS. I think like retrograde would have been easier to aim, actually. Yeah, there we go. Now we can see India and kind of Australia and the area where they wanted us to set up our satellite. All right. So now analysis. All right, let's get that eccentricity down. I think now the eccentricity is good, because now it rounds up to 0.01. And there we go. Now the period should be good. 54 minutes. Nice. Oh, I know, eccentricity is still not good. Huh? Below not 0.100. Okay, we need to get these exact, it looks like. 54 and 58, okay. So 35, 36. And this is precise. Okay, this is very precise. I guess lower the apogee to 36 by 36. What's the GSO height? Yeah, geostationary orbit height. 35,786. So if we get this to... Okay, so we're gonna get this down to 35,786. And then if we both are 35,786, then everything should line up. Yeah, now the eccentricity is low. but the period's not right now. Okay, I think I'll do that. And then I just gotta get this raised. Right? Right, okay. I'm like, yeah, we have the fuel. It's like, oh my gosh, we have 2 meters per second. Oh my gosh. Are we just gonna fail because I couldn't get this orbit precise enough? Is that what's gonna come down to? Because this is pretty much geostationary. It just wants the period to be absolutely perfect. 2354 and 2358. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, did we run out of power? Oh, we're flickering. We might have just ran out of power. Shoot. Oh no, we have it back. Okay, we have power. What's going on? I guess the sun got occluded or something? Sun occlusion? Star occlusion? I need to aim towards the sun immediately. Aiming towards the sun. We can charge the batteries. We have 1 meter per second. And I need to stay aiming towards the sun. Come on, get it. Come on, get it. Oh, how much RCS do we have? Do we have extra RCS? It's still going. Come on, satellite baby. We have 40 units of helium left. We are literally running on fumes. 51. 52. 53. Hit 54. Yes, there we go. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure it's safe. Hit 55. Oh my gosh. Okay, stop it. Okay, so we had some extra RCS. Okay. Thank goodness. Alright, I'm gonna spin stabilize you now. You are gonna be looking at the sun for the rest of your life. Geostationary orbit, so now we just need to wait 6 hours for it to confirm the geostationary orbit. Look at that. Unfortunately, we're on the dark side of the planet, so we can't really see the geostationary effect in action, but now we can. There we go. The antenna's not really aiming at Earth anymore, but there we go. And the satellite goes to the customer. Enjoy your satellite. Oh my gosh, was that way more stressful than it needed to be. Anyway, at least the satellite's up there. I think we got a little bit of money for it. I don't really know if that was worth it. It was a decent amount of money, but not like crazy. Sun synchronous weather satellite, that might be 489 units. Ooh. Oh, that's easier. That's only 300 units. Yeah, we'll accept that if we're in need of something. But yeah, we got lots of satellite contracts. Molnia, geostationary commercial, 300. Okay, that doesn't need a specific spot. That just needs to be in the orbit. That doesn't require such specific parameters. It just needs to be up there. And then Tundra. Oh boy, I think I'm gonna ignore that for now because we're definitely not struggling on money. One thing I do want to do. I want to introduce you to our new astronaut. We now have Alfred Wagner. We welcome him to the thing, and then I don't know. I could hire somebody else. I think I want to wait for David and what are you guys training on? Oh yeah, they're training for David and Alex are training for the next Gemini mission, right? Brian and Jay are recovering. They'll be done in October, and then once they're recovered, I was gonna put Jay, Brian, and Alfred on Apollo. So yeah, I think I'll wait to hire the next person, because I don't just want to have them sitting around. Yeah, I'll wait to hire them after the Gemini mission, and I start training these guys, David and Alex, for Apollo. But yeah, right now they're training for the next Gemini mission that Jay and Brian tried to do. So yeah, that's how that's being. So yeah, after October, we're going to put everybody on that Apollo training, because they'll be done recovering, and then they can get put on in the next thing. We have our Mars orbiter next. We got these rockets here. I'm just gonna obviously wait for those because the limiting factor is the training. We can build rockets really fast. So yeah, let's research lunar exploration era science. All right. So next up is the Centaur target vehicle. That's gonna be built next. That's good. That's good. I guess what I'll go ahead and do though, now that I've researched that, I'll go ahead and get our Titan III Centaur with our Galileo probe, also an Agena, because I needed a bit more Delta V. So I'm like, you know what, let's just have a Centaur, and then an Agena, and then Galileo. But yeah, Galileo was actually launched on the space shuttle, and I believe they made use of multiple gravity assists, so this is obviously my kind of version of it, where we're using an Agena in the payload fairing, because I mean, these payload fairings are absolutely massive. I can fit the probe and Agena in here to give us a bit extra Delta V to kick us all the way to Jupiter. And yeah, we don't need to do any dumb gravity assists, we can just go straight there. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And hopefully you guys like that too. And yeah, we're powering with RTGs because solar panels are just not really optimal all the way out at Jupiter. The sunlight's so dim. I mean, nowadays, solar panels are good enough. We have the Europa Clipper and all that going out there with solar panels, but have you seen how big those solar panels are? Yeah, especially with today, with, 1979's solar panel technology? Wouldn't have been possible. Wouldn't have been possible. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close that up, and it's not like we're even in 1970. The year is 1979, but the technology is more like 1965. That's how far behind we are on the tech tree, because I was not optimal with, literally this entire series. I could have done things way more optimally, but I just didn't. So anyways, save that, and we'll go ahead and build that. I had to wait for that one thing to research, because I do have some, I forgot to show that, I do have some interesting science kit on here. I didn't do it for the Mars one, because the Mars window was sooner. But I'm like, okay, we have a little bit longer of time till the Jupiter window, so we can put some exotic experiments on here. And I don't even know where I put them. I put some exotic experiment. Oh yeah, right here. There, plasma wave detector. So when we get to Jupiter, we'll do that. Ooh, Earth to Jupiter window, 39 days. 46 days to build the rocket. Yeah, we got the money. Or wait, maybe just put in some upgrades. Can we just put in some VAB upgrades a little bit, just to get that sped up a little bit? I don't want to waste all our money on it, but can crank up the VAB speeds a little bit. Maybe get that to 7.5. I think I still have to rush build. It's okay. At least the Mars one will be on time. Mars one's actually early. But yeah, the Jupiter window left that a little bit late, because I guess it just took longer to do than I thought it would. Alright, need to roll that out to the Centaur pad. 5 days to roll out. Oh, that's actually, I mean, this is going to be about perfect, actually. Pretty much perfect. I wouldn't want to leave it that much later. And then we have 13 days. The Jupiter window might be a problem. Is there something we can do to get this rush built before the window? What available contracts? We have another, like, satellite, probably? Probably do another satellite. Need to expedite its construction. I mean, this one's easy. Yeah, I can literally just use the exact same satellite we did, except with ComSat, and it's not even that much of a challenge. There we go. We'll do that. That's fine. That's, you know, that's A-okay. Alright, let's go ahead and warp to the Mars window. Oh, might have left it a little bit late. Alright, let's rock and roll, baby. Alright, there we go. There's our big Mahusive rocket. Alright, so let's pull up the alarm clock. The LAN that we need to launch to. 45.79. Pretty much the only thing we care about, I think, out of this right now. Eventually we'll care about the ejection delta V and insertion delta V, because this is a Mars orbiter. I think you guys probably saw that. 284 days to get there, not bad. It'll get there summer of next year. Okay. Okay. Without any further delays, let's go ahead and do that. 16 hours. Okay. Again, we probably could have done this a little bit earlier, and we wouldn't have been, but I mean, as long as you're roughly within the window, it's not big of a deal. You don't need to be that precise on it. Missing it by a couple days, though, is kind of a big deal. But a couple hours, like 10 hours, as long as we get the correct LAN, it'll be fine. So, all right, I'm gonna go and delete that because that's what we're doing. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the other side of the atmosphere. I was just trying to do a cinematic thing, and then the rocket blows up on the launch pad. Oh, okay, because it did that again. Okay, we're gonna try it one more time. Manually time warp. Nothing needs to get hairy. Okay. What the frick? Okay. I don't really know what's going on here, unless there's some, like, clipping going on? That's not even clipping into the ground there. Yeah, see, those engines are completely above the ground. So it's not like there's any clipping issue. But yeah, I know rockets can fail, but, like, the engine doesn't light, or, and if it falls over. You know, that's the kind of failures I expect. But, the whole thing blowing up, not really one that I expect. But anyway, let's just try launching it normally. We're just not launching to the proper LAN. Should be fine. Alright, well we've made it into orbit, but we did have a bit of a performance loss on one of our SRBs, meaning it didn't quite fully burn to completion. We had to drop it early because it was causing a yaw moment, because the other one had burned out and the other one was still burning. Yeah, that wasn't ideal, but anyway, here's our spacecraft, our lovely spacecraft. As you can see, I have landing legs on it, because we can actually try to attempt a landing on Phobos and Deimos using the, well, the solar panels as like two big legs, and then I put an extra little leg here just to kind of make it seem more reasonable that it would land on those two planets. And also we got a sampler here, so we could try and dig into the soil of Phobos or Deimos and see what we got there. And obviously not return the samples, but you know, there's still data to be gained from digging samples, and I mean, InSight did that, and it went to Mars. But yeah, one thing I do notice, because of that performance loss, we did lose, what was it, 300 meters per second of delta V? Probably be able to make up with that with the lander. I think the mission's still good, because I did add some extra margins. At least it's better than exploding. Alright, so which way is prograde? I think that's like the sunny side of Earth, right? No, it's going to be the dark side, isn't it? Periapsis. We'll just do it at periapsis. Burn as much as we can. 3,240 something. 40, 50. Alright, let's see what that gets us. Our time to get to Mars is 284 days. I'm just going to click this to 300 days. Alright, so there we go. There's our escape trajectory from Earth. Obviously it doesn't look reasonable, but that's because we're going to switch the plotting frame to heliocentered. So now we see what it actually looks like, and we can see that we're not getting anywhere near Mars because we're burning at the complete wrong time. We need to burn a little bit sooner so that our orbit gets pushed outwards towards Mars. And then, okay. Looks like obviously there's not enough delta V because it's 3,600. So if we add the extra bit of delta V, you see how that lines up. Yeah, let's see how close it's getting to Mars. So if we go here and go to MCI, we can see if we're actually getting close to Mars or not, or if we're just totally off. But it looks like we are getting close-ish. No, it's requiring a lot more delta V. 30, 38. Probably because we're not at the correct LAN. It's gonna be cutting it close on the fuel margins. But, yeah, so I guess that's what happens when we, lose our SRB. We lose the SRB, and, bad stuff happens. So, yeah. Okay. There we go. Like, you're taking your time to go ahead and relight those engines there, Houston. Alright, so that's that there. We just want to hold this position. Detach from the lower stage. Keep burning a little bit longer. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty close. We'll set up a mid-course correction. Yeah, we could do a bit of aerobraking to get our orbit. And then, I don't know about Phobos or Deimos landings, but we could at least probably fly by them if we get like an eccentric orbit and can adjust some things. Because yeah, we need to pretty much use all 9,000. Yeah, 2158 is our insertion delta V. We're already below that. But if we go through the atmosphere, if we do an aerobrake, we might end up being okay. Our Mars orbiter is on its way to Mars, gathering all sorts of data. Yeah, that's running. There's going to be a little bit of data from Earth. Not a lot, but a little bit before we leave Earth's SOI and head out into deep interplanetary space. But there we go. Alright, well, I was going to do the Jupiter mission next, but now I really want to make sure it's not going to have any problems and blow up. So, yeah, just to finish off this video, we have the Zielonka Vesta mission, and we have the series one, Calmsden. We already established that Calmsden is going to be, or that series is going to be impossible to get to, based on the mission profile before. But I at least want to get Calmsden going in the same direction as Vesta, so we are going to go ahead and alter our course and get it on a course to Vesta. There we go. We're basically trying to rendezvous with this one. So we basically want to get the same kind of orbit. So yeah, obviously that was where we're going to get. This is our new trajectory, so we're a bit closer, but obviously not that much closer. But if we burn prograde, does that get us any closer, or does that just... No, that does get us closer. 30, 26, 23. We should have made this decision a lot earlier, but I was just... I thought I could send it somewhere else, but yeah. Space is big. It's not likely we're going to be able to go anywhere else. Burn all your fuel prograde. Alright, and I guess while Calmsden burns its last bit of fuel away, I'll just go ahead and say, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe for new videos, have a great rest of your day, and yeah, next time we're going to be launching that Jupiter mission off. I just need to obviously do some testing on it, because, yeah, that Mars mission was kind of surprising. It's obviously going to work as a Mars mission, but, some of the other objectives for the mission might not be possible, unfortunately. But, yeah, hopefully the Jupiter one goes better. And, yeah, after that, we're going to attempt the Gemini mission again, the Gemini lunar flyby. So, yeah, look forward to that. Goodbye for now.